Hey everyone, welcome to Happy Meal, the podcast where we have real conversations about how eating disorders can affect your mental health. I'm your host, Meher Grover, and today we're going to be talking about eating disorders and how they can affect mental health. And today's special guest is...
Ethan, thanks for having me. I'm really glad to be here to talk about this.
Yay, same here. To start off, can you explain what eating disorders are, especially for high school students who might not fully understand them?
Yeah, eating disorders are serious mental health conditions where someone has unhealthy thoughts and behaviors around food, eating, and their body. It's not just about food, it's really connected to emotions, self-esteem, and how someone sees themselves.
What are some of the common types people should know about?
Some common types include anorexia, where someone restricts how much they eat, bulimia, where someone might binge eat and then try to get rid of the food, and binge eating disorder, where someone eats a large amount of food and feels like they can't control it.
How do eating disorders actually develop?
They usually develop over time and are caused by a lot of factors. Social pressure plays like a really big role here, and like seeing unrealistic body standards on social media. But there are also emotional factors like stress, anxiety, or feeling out of control in life, and sometimes people use food as a way to cope.
So it's not just about wanting to look a certain way.
Exactly. It can be about control, coping with emotions, or dealing with pressure from school, sports, or even family expectations.
Are there certain people who might be more at risk?
Yeah, I think people who experience bullying, body shaming, or a lot of pressure to be perfect can be more at risk. Also, people involved in activities that focus a lot on appearance or weight, like certain sports or dance, might be more vulnerable.
What are some warning signs students should look out for?
Some warning signs include like skipping meals, eating very little, or having very strict rules about food. Someone might avoid eating in front of others or seem really focused on calories or their body.
What about the mental or emotional signs?
I think they might seem more anxious, withdrawn, or irritable. You can also notice negative self-talk or feeling guilty after eating.
Are there physical signs as well?
Um, I think there are physical signs such as sudden weight changes, feeling tired all the time, dizziness, or getting sick more often. But not everyone will show obvious physical signs, which is why it's important to pay attention to behavior and emotions too.
How do eating disorders affect your mental health?
Eating disorders can affect mental health because they're often linked with anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem. They can make someone feel isolated or alone, and it can also affect their focus in school and relationships with others.
Why is it important to talk about this, especially in high school?
This is because it's a time when people are still developing their identity and self-image. Talking about it helps reduce stigma and make it easier for people to get help early.
If someone thinks they might be struggling, what should they do?
They should reach out to someone they trust, such as a parent, teacher, or school counselor. Getting support early can really help with recovery.
How can someone support a friend?
Someone can support a friend by being there for them, listening without judging, and avoiding focus on their appearance. Encourage them to talk to a trusted adult or professional, but don't try to handle everything on your own.
Before we end, what's one more thing you want the listeners to remember?
Eating disorders are serious, but they're treatable, and no one has to go through it alone. Asking for help is a strong and important step.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you to everyone listening to Happy Meal. Remember, your mental health matters just as much as your physical health. We'll see you in the next episode.